AITA, for giving my husband only 3 days to return my jewelry set that he gave his brother's wife as a wedding gift. IF 36 have always been into jewelry. I used to own a variety of jewelry sets, but due to unfortunate circumstances most of them had to go so I could afford rent after I lost my job. My husband never got lucky to land a job since 2013. Thankfully now I have a stable job that gets us by from month to month. I also kept one set of jewelry which is the most valuable whether momentarily and or sentimentally since it's part of family heirloom. The set includes a pair of earrings, a bracelet and a necklace. All gold material and again they are worth decent amount of money. My bill has been with then girlfriend for 10 years and they recently got married. It was a huge deal for the family. My husband wanted to get them a decent wedding gift and tried borrowing money from friends and neighbors but got turned down. He kept stressing out about it for weeks and just the other day, the wedding was days prior and the groom and bride are off to their honeymoon, I discovered that my jewelry set was gone. I freaked after my husband nonchalantly said he gifted it to his brother's wife as a wedding gift. I was fuming. I asked how could he and he replied that he had no money and nothing of value to give the newlyweds and besides that set has been sitting in the closet since July 2019 and I never wore any piece of it so he figured I'd forgotten about it but he said he'll figure a way to pay me or get me a similar one once he starts working but I very loudly told him absolutely not and gave him 3 days, just 3 days to return the set or I'll stop paying for everything in the apartment. He looked puzzled like he couldn't believe I was serious. He said he doesn't want to cause an issue but I said it's already there and if he doesn't want issues all he has to do is contact his brother or his wife and retrieve the set or go get it himself. He tried to twist the argument and offer the same solutions as mentioned above but I refused. I said I just want my set back and he has 3 days only. He kept talking about how tasteless and disrespectful it'd be for him to retrieve a wedding gift and said this will damage his relationship with his brother and family and also how impossible it was to retrieve the set in 3 days when the couple are on their honeymoon in another country. AITA for this? He said I was financially abusing him by threatening to stop paying for anything knowing I'm the breadwinner. Also he refused to give me their new contact info to retrieve the set myself. NTA the financial abuser here is your husband. Get the set back and kick him out anyway. NTA, and the sad news is I'm pretty sure your marriage is over. How is your husband not able to find a job since 2013? How is it possible to think gifting a family heirloom without consulting you would be a good idea? NTA Jesus Christ. Your husband is not unlucky with a job. He's actually a very lucky man that he found someone to mooch from and is not going to change this situation ever. He doesn't want a job. He will never repay you or buy you a new one when he gets a job. His whole life plan is to mooch off you forever. Please, find yourself a divorce lawyer. This guy is a dead weight on you and will never be a partner. NTA. First of all, your husband has been unemployed since 2013? Tell him to get off his ass and get a job, any job. There is just no excuse to be unemployed for that long. Secondly, he must be missing more than a few brain cells if he thinks what he did was acceptable. It is not. You have the power in the relationship. Use it, and you have. NTA, he kept talking about how tasteless and disrespectful it'd be for him to retrieve a wedding gift. It's way more tasteless and disrespectful to steal and give away your wife's jewelry. He said I was financially abusing him. He has not had a job in almost 10 years and steals from you. If anyone is financially abusing you, it's him for taking advantage for so long. NTA, I'd have made him get in a car, go straight to your BIL's place and ask it back there and then. What the fuck does he think he's doing gifting your stuff to other people without asking? All this being said, be aware that if you're paying and your name is on bills and contracts etc. you could end up causing more trouble for yourself than for him. Can you limit non-payment to bills that have his name on them only and affect only him? NTA. WTF? Your husband has crossed the line and didn't even ask you? This isn't how a partner acts. He has no right and this is low-key stealing? That's your property. Your belongings. What gives him the right? Good. Don't pay for shit. I would have been so pissed and gifted all of his shit away too. What an awe. Move your money into an account he has no access to. Throw out a social media post that includes your in-laws' family telling them that husband stole your family heirloom jewelry and gave it away to his brother without telling you. You want your heirloom jewelry back. Husband has refused to ask for it back. Until you get it back, husband has been kicked out of the house. And follow through with divorce if husband does not bring back all the jewelry ASAP. Please have him explain how he'll pay you back if he's got no income. Why and what happened and continues to happen that he hasn't worked since 2013. A bad 6-month spell, sure. Even a year. But 7 or 8 years. Wow. He is obviously reaping in the benefits of just you working. That's not a husband, that's an oversized child you have in your home. Think about it, you pay for everything and he hasn't learned to communicate like a partner should and discuss finances with you. And he chose to just grab your things using logic of a 3-year-old. I'm deducing you don't speak with Bill or his family much because you don't mention being at the wedding or knowing ahead of time about the gift, but rather finding out until later. You have deeper issues than the stolen jewelry. Others have outlines it: unemployment, consent, disregard for respect of property, communication issues, financial abuse, etc. You need to reconsider why you are putting up with this. Your passive writing style makes me think you're deeply bothered by many things in the relationship, but you put up with it or don't know how to articulate it. Get the stolen jewelry back by filing a police report. This will not be last time this happens, since you've already had to lose the rest of your property due to sacrifices. What is your husband sacrificing? If you continue with him, you'll need marriage therapy, a motivational class for him, some serious get his ass in gear stipulations, which by his reply.to your request makes it appear he won't agree to. If you continue with him, you'll need a lawyer or financial advisor or both to ensure you have security and stability, etc., etc. If you don't continue with him, get a lawyer and protect yourself and file for divorce. It's not an ugly word, it's a necessity for our well-being sometimes. Meaning, it's a step forwards, not backwards. NTA. NTA, he stole your jewelry set, and if he had even thought he was in the right for a second, he would have asked your permission for it first. The fact that he didn't means that he was trying to get away with taking it, figuring it is better to ask for forgiveness and thinking you wouldn't demand something back from a newlywed that he gave as a gift. Your husband is a major awe. NTA. You mentioned a few facts that add up to husband needing to be ex-husband. NTA. Call the cops, file a report, kick your husband and file for divorce. I'm also concerned that you seem isolated, not that you can't contact your in-laws or anyone who may know them. Facebook? Google? Nothing? Removed. NTA. But sod the honeymoon, contact them directly and tell them that's your jewelry and it was stolen. Do not cover for your husband. And they need to know the above to take appropriate care of your belongings. They may not realize the pound worth since he doesn't have a job and may think it's just cheap. Definitely though, you should be seeking some family lawyer advice on the state of your marriage and your liability for your husband if you were ever to divorce. He needs to go get a job, and you definitely should stop funding him. That's not you treating him abusively, that's you treating him accordingly. Greater than my husband never got lucky to land a job since 2013. Bullshit. People are desperate for workers right now. He just doesn't want to work. Stop tolerating this. NTA. NTA. He stole from you and has no job since 2013? And he has the audacity to call YPU a financial abuser? Get your jewelry back in divorce. Drop his ass to HOS mother so he can enjoy WHST she raised. NTA. I think we will all agree that this is stealing. It doesn't matter, he's your husband, and whatever the law says about marital property, this is, at least morally, stealing. He took it without your consent, he hoped you wouldn't notice and doesn't have a repaying plan. If my husband did this and then didn't agree to get it back, I would expose my husband as a thief. I would report the theft to the police, get legal advice and call the couple and also notify them in writing to return the stolen goods or they would face legal action. Info. Why are you with someone who refuses to get a job since 2013? Do you have kids together? Greater than my husband never got lucky to land a job since 2013. Luck is not a factor here.